I move for no man, no man, no man, no man, no.
We'll call it a draw.
No man.
Just a flesh wound.
Sweet.
Just a flesh wound. Just
Technology.
A flesh wound.
Good evening, ladies.
All right, let's. Now that I can actually speak in here, let's just talk about how remarkably fucking handsome Chris is right now.
I'm digging Chris's
I heard it was
vibe.
Thirsty Thursday, man. That's why I figured I'd come prepared.
Yo,
Came with a fucking smoking jacket and
what's up, dogs? What's up,
There
doggy?
we go. Oh, we
What's
got
up,
some
doggy?
rum. Is that rum? No, what do you got?
No, this is
That's tequila.
Casamigos.
That's tequila. Oh.
Yeah,
the dark stuff.
and I brought my my Cavassier Pimp glass.
Woo!
Bravo.
I got my stemmed.
Oh, look at this guy drinking some
All right.
beer, looking like Hugh Hefner.
Since you guys have some
Young?
sexy glasses,
A young Hugh Hefner.
I've got a used salsa jar that I'm gonna pour
Oh, that's-
my golden monkey into.
Oh, dude, golden
You are
monkeys are
disgusting,
good.
Gary.
Yeah.
You are
Golden
disgusting,
monkeys a good
Gary.
beer.
Have you ever had sour monkey?
Yes.
It's fucking.
Yep.
It's fucking terrible. I hate that.
Are you
Yeah.
really gonna drink out of that jar?
Yeah. Well, you guys
They
have
used to
cool
have-
glasses. I
They
gotta
used to have peppers.
I can have a cool.
What was in
What's wrong
that?
with this jar?
What was in
What's wrong
that?
with the jar?
Ghost pepper salsa.
That's fucking.
Ooh.
That's nasty.
Is there
You put
any,
in
is there
that?
any residual in there? You
There's
got
no
residual
there's,
or?
there's no residual, sadly. Sadly, I
This
won't
might-
get a
this
little
might
bit of
be a-
taste of ghost pepper with my fucking
Bro,
beer.
Gary's like drinking.
This might be a
chunk-
short
He's
pod.
drinking chunks right now.
Hmm. Burning my asshole from both ends, you know,
Well, I've seen you eat worse than that. So,
for sure.
Chris,
Yes.
if you know what I mean, huh? If you know what I mean.
Sure do. I
Cheers,
Wait, there
man.
was
wish
wait, there was
I wish
ca-
I was
there was
invited
cameras
to
in that house.
Hey guys, this episode is sponsored by Chimera Coffee. Use promo code FLESH25 for 25% off all products. If you love coffee and you buy coffee, then stop doing that right now and hook us up and buy Chimera Coffee at chimeracoffee.com. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm
Well, Thirsty Thursday, gentlemen. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
I just. Never mind. Never mind.
Chris, what inspired this outfit today?
So whenever I smoke, I wear my smoker's jacket. That's what it's for.
Hugh Hefner's ghost.
Interesting. Do you
I got
ever
this for
wear
Christmas last year.
Do you ever wear that outside of your house, or?
I haven't yet, but I'm gonna do like a Hugh Hefner day on one of my other podcasts where I'm gonna wear the whole. This came in a whole outfit. This had
Fuck yeah.
this has silk pants and
Slippers?
it's got
Slippers?
these loafers. They're loafers. They're
Ooh.
and they're hardcore.
Fancy.
Yeah, very 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 classy.
Bro, I would love to see if you can pull some ass with that garb on.
How do you not? I don't even
John-
have to ask. Just
John
get in
tells
the
a
car.
story about Mel Gibson in his early years, where like he was so famous at the time that it was just too easy for him to get laid, so he would like dress up like a fucking homeless person on the bus and stuff, and still try to pick up tail.
That's
Successful,
pretty cool.
obviously.
So he
Or
would,
he was,
he would take his name out of it. He'd be like, I'm not that guy. Let me see if I can still pull ass. That's pretty cool.
I don't know
I
if it was
mean-
actually Mel Gibson. It could have been somebody else, but some celebrity.
I mean, that would be something that I would try and do. Just
Yeah,
to make
Mel
it-
Gibson
just to
definitely seems
spice it
crazy
up.
enough to do it. So
Be like,
gotta
what can
handicap
I
yourself
possibly
sometimes, you know?
wear that would turn off a regular person? But I'm fucking famous, and it won't matter,
Yep.
right?
Well, I used to never tell anyone I was a fighter. I used to say I was an underemployed substitute teacher, and my name was Cass.
It's actually, you know what might be ironic about that is it actually might help you pull chicks even easier, because of
They're like,
the
"Oh."
large amount of chicks that are attracted to fucking broke dudes. Broke dudes. You're just like,
guy's a
yeah,
dirtbag.
really don't have much of a future. Totally unemployed. You know, got a bed. I got a mattress laying on the floor at home. You know, the whole deal.
Who wants to work for a living anyway? Let's go party.
My
what
TV's
job?
propped up by 2 plastic outdoor chairs.
So let's see how this would go, Chris. So if she would ask you, where do you get your money, or what do you do for money? What would you say?
So I would say I had a settlement. I got run over by a car.
What a dude! You fucking
Just gotta
you
live it
did
up that for a bit.
when you were working at Walmart. You
He's
threw
actually-
your
I was-
back out.
He's actually the guy that sued McDonald's for hot coffee being spilled on him.
It's like,
And then
Hey,
I
so
have a
what do you
reason to
do
show
for a
them my
living?
abs. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, I
I
spilled it on my chest, and
Yeah, right here.
what do you do for a living? Oh, I just sue fucking companies. You get
I-
big
I-
fat
people-
settlements out of
How
it.
do you make a living? Insurance fraud.
some people call me a grifter, but I don't really like that term.
I prefer entrepreneur.
So how's your guys' week so far? Anything interesting
this
going
week?
on? Garry, I
Um,
saw. How come you didn't go with Gordon to Hawaii?
I mean, Gord was on vacation, man. I had to hold down the fort. Gordon's on vacation. John went to go teach videos in Boston. I'm teaching like fucking 5 classes a day.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you
Nice.
but you don't have a gym yet though. What do you do?
Yeah,
You do
we're working on it.
privates
We
or-
just leased the building. We'll see how it goes. We've had some problems with it, so
So
we'll
are
see
you
if
making
it,
money? Are you making
works
money
out.
from those classes? Or is this like
the classes that I'm teaching. No.
Yeah.
No
This is
money.
just straight favors?
Yeah, sorta. I mean, what our initial strategy was when we moved out here was just kind of build clientele for when we eventually, open our spot. So we teach out of another gym that's affiliated with Renzos, Renzo Gracie Austin, and so we built up a lot of clientele over there. And I assume that a lot of them will follow us when we eventually open our space.
What are your classes looking like? How many members do you have, or how
So
many-
the classes at RGA are capped at like 50 people because they just literally can't fit anybody else on the mat. So yeah, pretty much 50-person classes every time, if not more so, depending upon whether or not we squeeze in a few extra people. And then the competition classes is probably depends on the day. Could be like 20 guys, could be 15. It really depends. So we try to keep it a little bit smaller with the competition classes. We don't do it at RGA. We do those at Roca, the eyeglass company.
Bro, so you
Dude,
guys
50 people in a class is no joke.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
fucking
For sure. John used to
Garry-
have like over 100 sometimes in his afternoon classes at Renzos.
That's wild.
Garry, Gordon, and John are gonna open up a gym and straight up pipe the fuck out of all those students. Single
I mean-
file. Single file. Fucking leave 0 students there.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's not a good business plan. I mean, I'm no gym owner, but I don't think that's a good business plan.
I mean,
Who
for
let
right
the
now,
dogs out.
it's probably working out great for them. Maybe later, maybe not, but for now,
They should enjoy this moment while they can.
yeah.
So does John have instructionals?
Oh, tons. Yeah, him and Gordon do way more instructionals than I do. Like I have like fucking, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6, and they have. I mean, I don't know how. I would imagine Gordon's probably in the 20s at least, if not more, and John probably at this point is in the 30s or 40s, if I had to guess. I might be totally overestimating. I don't actually know, but I think John has the most. Gordon has like second most, and then I have the least probably out of anybody. I just haven't found the time to do it, considering like a lot of there was a big chunk of time that was taken out for that title fight because it like took over a year to fucking actually make it happen. So I constantly was like basically assuming I was in fucking fight camp, and when I wasn't in fight camp, I tore my ACL. So You know, so it's like fight camp, torn ACL, back to fight camp. You know, so it was a long period of time. But in general, I tend to like stray on the side of like just committing to training and stuff like that, and I don't film as much as those guys do. You know?
Yeah, people don't realize how much time being a professional fighter takes. It's not the same as like
if you're doing it right anyway.
Yeah, a real fight camp with striking and everything. It's all encompassing.
Yeah.
Bro, Gordon's been hanging out with Aquaman.
Yeah.
Is he getting a cameo in the movie?
Cool.
He should
who?
try and get a cameo.
I don't know if he's going to get a cameo in the movie, but I'm sure they spoke about like possibly getting involved with some other projects. I know Tom has been working with Tom Hardy recently too, and he was saying something about possibly putting Tom in something that he's in.
Tom?
So Tom the Blast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
So that's pretty cool,
Garry,
man.
this is your chance to pitch your movie ideas. Remember?
Wait, what movie did I actually have movie ideas? I forgot.
Dude, you had some great ideas.
I forgot.
You had some great ideas.
I don't remember those either.
Me neither.
You
I make these up
remember
on the fly.
When we were talking about that movie where there was this like psychopath that would sew people onto each other, like
like human
like
centipede.
mouth to ass.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Human Centipede movies. Those were, I think we mentioned this in a previous podcast, that they used to be my pre-fight ritual. I used to watch
Which is
Human
so
Centipede
fucking
movies.
weird, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Very,
those movies,
very weird.
they leave you. You watch them, you're a different person afterwards. You're not.
Oh, yeah.
You're not the
Oh, yeah.
same. You're not the same human you were before that.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
I wouldn't suggest watching those more than once a year.
Bro, those were
You
the fights.
should probably
were
put a
the
couple.
fights.
I
You
watch
probably
them
put a couple
multiple
years.
times a year.
Those were the
All the
fights that Garry
EBIs
won
that I
in, like,
won,
20 seconds.
you can partially thank fucking Human Centipede, because I watched fucking Human Centipede 1 and 3 before all of the EBIs that I competed in. And
I never got to 3. I never got
when-
that far.
3 is solid, 2 is terrible, except
That's
for
what it
one
was.
scene, and 1 is pretty good too.
You were
Three-
One's
buzzed-
good.
1 I think is the best just because it's novel, like it's the first
Yeah.
introduction of it. 3 is great because they have this guy in the third one who's this prison warden. It's the same guy who played the doctor in the first one.
Yeah.
And the prison warden just says all of these just atrocious things, and he's banging his secretary, who's just like this porn star. I don't remember which porn star it is, but she's not a porn star in the movie, but in real life, I'm pretty sure she's a porn star. And it's just the most, like every like un-PC thing you could possibly think of, this guy says, and it's just, I love shit like that, man. It reminds me of like watching a good 80s movie.
straight to DVD.
Where are they streaming?
Oh,
I have not.
here's a good indication of the level that the third movie is on. The prison warden at one point in the film is eating dried clitorises for power. Like he says that it's like a ritual for some tribe or something like that. So he has a jar like my fucking little salsa jar here, and he's fucking picking dried clitoris.
Oh, I just puked in my
jar.
mouth. So
It's
disgusting.
incredible. Dude.
This is the time that you were buzzsawing through opponents. You were watching before your matches.
This is the true path to victory. I tried
Gary's
to
he's
tell Eddie
whispering in
Bravo.
their ear.
I feel connected to you.
After I submit you, I'm gonna eat your lady's clitoris.
We're gonna be. We should be sewn together.
Even looking at these I'm looking at looking at these pictures makes me literally uncomfortable.
It's so disgusting. Did you guys see the new Saw movie?
There's a new
That
one.
There's a
one
new one?
Yeah, there's a new one.
What is
Oh
it,
wait,
Saw
is it
14?
like how new? How new are we talking? About?
No, it's not like that new. It's,
Like within the last like year or two? I think I have seen it.
I think it's
I
with
didn't- I-
Chris Rock.
I didn't think it was that good, from what I remember.
No?
I feel like it wasn't like a true Saw movie. I don't know if I remember it precisely. It wasn't particularly memorable, but I remember thinking to myself after watching it, like it wasn't like they kind of lost the essence that was Saw.
Hmm.
I don't know. What do you remember it more precisely? Because I don't really remember it.
No, I haven't seen it. Just a friend of mine told me it was good.
Oh yeah,
But,
I don't know. Unless maybe you're talking about another thing came out. I don't know.
I saw a trailer for another one,
Hmm.
but I don't think it's out yet.
Yeah, hard to say.
I went through all the Halloween movies this past Halloween
Oh,
season.
there's a new one came out, right?
Yeah, there's two newish ones in the past couple years. The most recent one is god awful, but the
How
one
fuck does
before
he
that,
keep coming back?
dude, they got a million storylines. But I was looking up the amount of money that movie's made. Like we're talking like close to $1 billion. Like it's ridiculous.
It's got like a crazy cult following.
Did either one of you guys watch Candyman? The new
Yeah,
one?
not the new one. Is the new one
Not
really
the new
good?
one, no.
The new one is fucking horrible.
Oh.
It is so.
I knew it was gonna be bad.
The original was really good.
goddamn bad. So, dude, even the description, I'd have to like look it up. We need a Jamie, dude. We need a fucking.
We do.
We need a guy to be ready to
producer.
fucking look shit up.
Get one of your
24/7.
jiu-jitsu minions to do it for free.
But like, yeah.
I'm on it, bro.
But like, dude, so in this movie, even the description, I remember reading and I was like, this doesn't even sound like a horror movie. They just went full fucking. It was so woke that I actually thought that it was like satire. Like I thought they were making fun of how woke movies are. At the beginning of this movie, it was so bad. Like most of the movie, I would say the first 45 minutes just talks about like what's it called? Like when a bunch of like wealthy white people move into a disenfranchised area and then start building everything up. What do you call that?
Gentrification.
Gentrification. So they're just talking about gentrification for like the whole first 45 minutes of the movie, and like I don't think a person is killed for like 50 minutes.
That's how the new Halloween movie was too. Like I literally thought it was a satire. I'm like they making fun of horror movies? Like this can't be real. And it was.
Dude, am I? Was this the movie from like Jordan Peele?
Sorry?
Is this the movie that Jordan Peele made? That new Candyman?
Maybe.
Dude, that
I don't
trailer,
know.
the trailer was sick. Let me see if he.
Well, I could imagine putting a highlight reel together of actual scary shit would probably be good. If you put a highlight reel, if you watch, you know what? I fell asleep at the first murder. I was like, yeah, I'm out. Like I was already so uninvested that I didn't even care anymore.
Bro,
But
do you remember
yeah,
how
I bet you
scary
the
the
rest of the
first
movie was probably
Candyman
good.
was?
I don't think I
First
watched the
Candyman
original one.
Brutal. Oh, dude, that movie, I was terrified of that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
He had a fucking meat hook for a hand. It was chunks of meat on it, and he said his
Yeah.
name 3 times, and he fucking showed up, and he got everybody.
Yeah.
He was a scary dude. The actor was just like, he was, what was he in? He was in a bunch of other stuff. Just a super big, tall, black dude. He had a really deep voice, just scary human. And
Yeah.
he wore this big ass coat. Very, very terrifying. I have terrifying images from that movie when I was a kid.
So yeah, the new one, the 2021 film, was written by Jordan Peele. Dude, that's crazy how this guy, he went from the Key and Peele show, hilarious dude, to making like scary ass movies.
To legit, like
He's
director,
good.
Hollywood director.
Did you guys see the first scary movie that he made? The one with the African American kid that goes to like the neighborhood that has like white people going paranoid.
I
You
know.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking
it's
That's a great movie.
Was it Woke? Was that one? That one? Was it or Get? No.
Get Out.
Get Out was
That's what-
Get
yeah,
Out was
Get
great.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Get
good.
Out
I saw the new one. Nope, I didn't like it.
Like, man, I'm
Pretty
all
stupid.
for, like, if you want to fucking pepper in some political ideals or like some racism or like, you know, some conversations about stuff like that in the movies, go for it. But just make it make sense and still make a good fucking movie.
Right.
Like, I'm just telling you, like, the first 45 minutes of this movie is just basically conversations about stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not entertaining. There was nothing entertaining about it. You know, like Get Out, like for sure had like overtones of stuff like that, or not even overtones. Like it was very obviously talking about like racism and things, but
Right.
like it was still a great fucking movie. Like it was
But
an
it was
entertaining.
done well, yeah.
Yeah, it was done great. Like yeah, exactly. Like just don't let the centerpiece of the like don't let any of that detract from making a good fucking film. Is all I'm saying.
Well, that's
You know?
Hollywood now. I feel like there hasn't been a good movie since the fucking pandemic because everyone just has gotten away from actually making good films.
Yeah, I keep wondering to myself if I'm just like a fucking cranky old man now, or if movies are actually way worse than they ever used to be. And I feel like the answer is they're actually way worse than they ever used to be. But I don't know. It's tough.
Well,
Dude,
let's ask the old man in the room. This guy just turned 47, 44, 48. What
Shut up, Chris.
You look
Oh
fucking,
yeah, happy
dude.
birthday.
You look great for 47.
Happy birthday, buddy.
But for 43, you look all right. You look pretty good.
You look great.
You don't look
Dude,
bad. You just look, like for.
Did you guys see Top Gun 2? We haven't
Fuck yeah.
spoken about that.
And
That
we
movie is
haven't, but I'm gonna have to
badass,
see it.
bro. You haven't seen it, Gary?
I haven't because it was like I just expect these things to be a disappointment, you know? So
That's a good way.
Ah.
That's
like,
a good
man,
way to
Top
go
Gun
into
was
it.
so good. Like, I
Ah.
don't know if I really want to ruin the nostalgia of that for
Dude,
myself.
the second one's better than the first.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
I was gonna say hot take is the second one might actually be better than the first one.
Really?
Dude,
Okay.
like
It's
100%.
Fucking good. It's really
Coming
good.
from you guys, I'll believe it.
Watch it on a
Okay.
plane. It feels different on a plane. I'm telling you. So I'm on a plane and I don't know where I was flying from or to, whatever. Oh, literally. So the woman next to me puts it on. She puts it on right away, and I don't like to put it on right away because they cut in and they're like they give you the whole spiel and like the movie
annoying.
cuts off. You can't hear it. I'm like, oh, here we go. So then she finishes the movie like 15 minutes before I do. I'm literally in my seat doing exactly what you just said. Like, oh. And I go to the woman. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She goes, no, it's okay. After it's over, I go, wow. I was like, again, I'm super sorry. She's like, no, it's okay. She's like, I did the same thing. I'm like, this was a good movie, right? She's like, oh, it's fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
my hands are clammy. I watched it too.
She wasn't that old, man. She was definitely
He's like, she
And
wasn't
then-
as old as you, old man.
And then Chris took her to the bathroom and banged her.
Probably.
Nah, bathroom, dude.
In his
Unless
smoking
you're
jacket.
looking international, those bathrooms are way too small.
My experience begs to differ. I've pulled it off before.
Chris went
I
to
think
get
it depends on the airline too. Certain
Yeah.
airlines have a little more space than others.
Chris went and got a blanket and put it on his lap and said,
So now
"Did you say
that-
your hands were clammy?
Clammy, well,
Did you mention
are
your
your hands cold? Friction helps with cold skin.
I have some moisturizer, but I just accidentally spilled it all on my lap.
Can you help me clean this up?"
You know? Rub it in, please.
I watched Bridesmaids the other day, and
Okay.
that scene where they're on the plane, and the real heavyset one, the fat chick who's hilarious, is talking to the guy who's turned out to be an air marshal, who's actually her husband in real life, and she's like, she meets him at the bathroom, puts her leg up, and she's like, "Do you feel that heat coming off my undercarriage?" And he's like, "Let me just get back to my seat." She goes, "Get comfortable." She's like, "I'm gonna grab a blanket." I'm like, "Oh my god." That movie, that scene.
That
in
movie's
movie is my
amazing,
favorite.
man.
Movie's amazing. That holds up.
Yeah, that's got to be like probably top 10 comedies for me.
Yeah, and it's a totally woman-heavy cast for a comedy, and it's fucking
it's
hilarious
fucking
for dudes, everybody. That's impressive.
Gary, did you
Yes.
see that one?
I don't think I did. I don't think I did.
Dude, that's another one.
I'm
You gotta
pretty
get on
sure. I'm
that.
pretty sure I was like watching it with. I'm pretty sure I saw like a clip of it with my girlfriend, and like she said, she was like asking me if I watched it, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I ever did. Yeah, I don't know. It's not ringing any bells.
Do you guys are you guys early risers? Do you guys
Depends
like wake up early?
If I have any responsibilities that day, sometimes.
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't say it wouldn't make sense for you, Gary, because you always fight like at night, right?
Yeah, but
Like late.
but when I was doing the big weight cut, I woke up early to do cardio like every day. Every single day I was doing 30 minutes before I went to go to training, and training starts at 8. So
What would you do for cardio?
Running, biking, rowing. I would try to alternate so that I didn't get too sore between any particular exercise.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your next weight class, Garry? What do you want to fight?
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna fight at the same weight class that I've been fighting at recently, which is 55. Yeah, I have an opponent, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. Unfortunately, don't know.
Talking about 55ers.
We're pretty close though. We're pretty close to the. I mean, we're not close to the fight date, but like we're, definitely in.
Announcing.
We're definitely in fight camp right now. Let's put it that way. So.
Get her done, Garry. Can I be
in January? January or February?
I don't know if I'm allowed to fucking talk about it or not.
I got dibs in your corner.
But let's say it's definitely before Easter. That's not even good enough though. It's far earlier than that. But
Bro,
but I'm saying
dibs.
you got months. You got real training.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got time.
Can I be
what's
your
up?
corner, man? I'll give you a fucking kick-ass speech. I got it all planned out.
Okay.
Okay. Tell you what, when you announce the fight,
I thought he was gonna hit us with the speech.
I thought so too.
No,
I
no.
thought for sure.
no. When you announce the fight, I'll give you a preview. Okay. Deal.
Gary, I don't know about you, but I could not think of a worse person to give me my final speech. He's gonna give you digs on the way. Like he's gonna talk and he's gonna talk for a long time and he's gonna be digging you. He's like, listen, I know you're really not good against guys like this, but I believe that you can do it. You probably can't, but I think you can. But remember, do it for the kids.
Gary,
we
nothing
have
that you've been doing is working on this guy. You got fucking pillow hands. You're getting lit up.
So I'm talking to Andre Feely, and because he came down to train for like the past couple weeks or so, and he had like this old Thai coach. He was telling us stories about. So one day the guy is cornering somebody.
Tong?
I'm not sure. So one day the guy's cornering somebody in the U.S. It's probably better to not name him, even if I did know who it was, because it's not like incriminating or anything. It's no big deal.
Bro, that
but
guy.
he's like supposed to be cornering somebody in the UFC or something, and he accidentally walks into the wrong changing room. So when he goes into the changing room, he sees the opponent of the guy he's supposed to corner, and the guy apparently has just like a notoriously giant cock. Like just down to his fucking knees. So, and like, Thais are like super superstitious. So like he like runs back to the fucking corner of the guy he's supposed to coach. He goes, man, be careful.
Big cock.
Like big.
Big cock, big punch. Big cock, big punch.
Yeah. It's like, no, don't look out for the overhand. Don't look out for the left hook. Like, look out for this giant cock.
Does he have big feet? What do you mean? What's this big? Watch out for the head kick. He's got big feet.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Big cock. Very strong.
Or maybe they it's the equivalent of like having strength, having a big dick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the Thais probably have some superstition that like a fucking dude with a giant cock is like.
Yeah,
well, because most
hammers
fertility
for
statues and stuff like that, like for dudes, have like giant cocks. So it makes sense.
I just visualized. Remember the scene in Kickboxer in the beginning when Tong Po's kicking the pillar, and
he's
Van
like
Damme
breaking
is
the
helping his
concrete.
brother's corner. He goes in there. He's like, oh man, he's. Hey, listen, don't fight him. Like he's kicking this pillar like bong. No, they did a remake, and he's like, I went in there. His dick is down to his kneecap. Don't fight him. Pull out now.
Wow.
Pull out. I can't do this anymore. So like, listen, I'll corner you, but there's no hope.
Listen,
There's no
bro,
hope.
I love you. Don't do this.
The best cornering advice I could give you right now is to walk away.
Pull out the fight.
Dude, so that guy, Master Tong, he, when I was watching like those behind the scenes that they used to do for Alpha Male when like Uriah used to fight when he first got to the UFC, and he was like, this guy was so funny. Like every time that Uriah would win, he would take his shirt off and would put some like black sunglasses on and would take like all the spotlight. And then in one
It's
of those
incredible.
behind the scenes where they were following Uriah around, he's like, "This is my Thai coach, Master Tong," and the guy would have like a possum with him, like a pet, a fucking
A pet
possum,
possum?
possum,
Stop it.
like a huge
That's
rat.
a scary little animal. Fuck that.
He's like, this guy just walks around with a possum that has rabies, but he doesn't give a fuck. Like those Thai
Amazing.
people don't give a fuck.
Absolutely amazing. It
It's
reminds
crazy.
me.
There used to be a team called Alpha Male. We should make a fight team called Toxic Masculinity. See how,
Yes.
see how that fucking flows.
Absolutely.
T-shirt, Toxic Masculinity.
Yeah, for sure. Garry,
John would go ahead.
Would you ever consider going to like one of those big camps for a little bit?
I've trained down by Andre for like a week to help him prepare for one of his fights before. I don't think I'd ever do what's that?
At Team Alpha Male?
Yeah, I was there for like a little over a week, trying to help him prep for. Trying to remember. Forget his actual name. The Thug Nasty guy.
Oh yeah, Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, I was trying to get him ready for that one because Bryce Mitchell was like he had a lot of submission wins at the time or whatever. He did pretty good in that fight. He didn't win, but he certainly stayed out of submission danger. Did everything well, and from a defensive perspective, which is mostly what I gave him, prior to the fight. So I was happy with that.
I think he's undefeated.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I saw you were rolling with Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, he stopped by. He had like I think he did the Joe Rogan podcast, and then he had a meeting with these guys from Quantum Energy or something like that. They're making these energy squares, some type of food with caffeine in it.
Okay. So how did that come about? Like you guys training together?
So he was just in Austin because of the podcast and that company is from Austin. I think the Quantum Energy Squares or whatever.
So what? He hit you guys up?
I guess John just told me he was going to show up for morning class, and I was like, oh, great, get to fucking roll in the morning. Sick. So yeah, it was cool. He's tough, man. He's a great. He's got a very much an MMA style, which isn't too surprising. Like he does a lot of he's in bottom position, just tries to stand up and stuff, but he's very good at it. Hard to submit. So had some good rolls.
He looks scrappy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anybody that's good, that's that small, like that's the kind of style that they typically have. Like it's hard for a smaller guy to have a static style, because a big part of the advantage of being the smaller guy is kind of outmaneuvering your opponent, so if you're using your body to your advantage, that's probably what you're trying to do. So almost all the smaller guys are like moving like crazy, comparative to like Gordon, who's like trying to slow everything down and like pin you to the floor. Like the struggle is very different when dealing with somebody like Gordon comparative.
Gordon's
to
like
an
anaconda, methodically like breaking you down.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I mean, striking's that way too. Weight classes really matter from stylistically. That's why when people talk about like pound for pound, they're like, "Oh, how would this flyweight compare with this light heavy?" It's like you can't really do it. It's almost like a different sport because of the size. It really changes what you're looking to do.
Yeah, it's very different. You see like stylistically, like you said, and just like I think that the Thais, speaking to the Thais and their crazy fucking shit, their belief. For the most part, I don't remember exactly what weight class it is, but it's significantly lower than anything we would imagine. I want to say it's like anything above like 140 pounds or something. Like a lot of the Thais are like of the mentality that like if you're of a weight class above 140 pounds, like you're not very good. Like like even if you're the best in the world and you're above that weight, they're like, you're not actually really that good.
That's
because to them
that's funny.
To them, it's like those guys aren't as technical.
Not as dynamic, not as technical. Similar. They don't need to be. And, listen, guys get bigger. Listen, power's for real. Like it changes everything. When you got to look out for one shot, it really makes a fucking big difference.
Yeah.
Garry, have you ever rolled with any celebrities?
So rolled with celebrities that aren't martial artists.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
That's like maybe like pro athletes or movie stars. No.
I feel like for some reason I want to say no, but I also feel like the answer is definitely yes. Like there's a ton of people that came in and out of New York while we were there. I'm not like nothing's ringing any bells. Like I mean, Tom Hardy came down and trained with us when we were here, but I didn't train with him. Trying to think if there was anybody specific. No, I'm like not. It's not ringing any bells, but I know
Mario
there's a
Lopez.
ton of guys in and out of the gym. Nah, I've never trained with him. I think Gordon knows him. He's friends with him, so he's probably trained with him before. But nah,
Yeah.
not me.
Gosh.
Not me.
I had
I try to like
Oh.
make it as normal as possible when these guys come by anyway. Like, I don't know. I try not to be all up in anybody's shit. So if somebody does come by that's like of note, I usually just try to treat them like a fucking almost lesser than a normal person because I just like I don't want to be like the guy that's like in their face and like asking them for shit and I don't know. I just feel like they get that shit all the time, you know.
I had Aaron Eckhart come down to my training camp because he was getting ready for a role where he was going to play Kevin Rooney Sr. for what's the movie with Miles Teller when he played he was a boxer
Oh,
and he was
yeah,
playing
yeah.
Vinny Pazienza,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he played Kevin Rooney and he came
Oh,
to
wow.
watch me spar and we went over a couple of things because he was going to be a coach. And Kevin Rooney Jr. is my good friend he like sat next to Kevin during my sparring and like listened to what Kevin was saying. So Kevin was trying to speak more like his father. It was like, this is how my dad used to speak in the corner when he worked a corner. So he'd have a better idea of what it was like.
Oh, that's
great.
cool.
He was cool. He took us out to like eat and like told us about the business and the role. It was pretty dope.
You guys fuck
Cool.
afterwards?
No, he
Wow.
he was he was trying to gain weight for the fight, so he really wasn't my body type that I was into at the time. But you know, he was really upset about that. He was like, I'm normally super fit and I have to gain fucking 40 pounds for this role. He's like, I hate it. He's like, we had burgers. It was like, my God, well, I'm training. I can still have a burger. Let's have a burger. He was cool.
Oh, that guy's killing it, Miles Teller. Well,
Yeah,
he's in
he's
Top
been getting a
Gun,
lot of roles in it.
Gary.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
he was good in that. He was
Yeah,
good.
he's real good. You guys see his movie Whiplash? It's an amazing movie. Where
No.
he's like he's a drummer.
Oh, dude.
with the
I've
guy
never
from Oz.
I've
Yeah.
never
Guy.
seen it, and I
Yeah.
really want to see it, so maybe I'll fucking watch it tonight.
Gary,
But,
that
it's-
movie is amazing.
All I know is I've seen the trailers for it, and it's pretty
Looks
much
good.
like training under John.
Yep.
Is the way that it's the gist that I get.
Oh, like John.
I can see that.
John throws things at you.
I mean,
At your
everything's
head.
short of throwing things at us, but
John strikes me as like that archetypal, you know, super disciplined coach who's going to be on your ass, but you're going to thank him later.
oh yeah, 1000%. Like there's days where I just have like screaming matches with John on the mats. Like we yell at each other. He's like
I
your
think
other
every-
right.
I-
He's like your other right hand. I'm like, it is my right hand, John.
I think that's honestly, I think that's every good coach fighter relationship. I've had closed door discussions with so many of my trainers over the years being like, you know, when there's if there's an issue, because you spend so much time with the trainer, like it's a relationship. You're basically dating. So like if
Yeah.
there's like an edge when you come into the gym, you feel it and you got to nip that shit in the bud. And it's like, listen, let's go fucking talk. Because we got to get this out of the way.
I can only imagine that when you guys are cutting weight.
Yeah, I mean, a coach is usually more mindful during those times, but hey, listen, shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm not a little kid, John. Stop
Definitely
treating
tough.
me like one, John.
I mean, I'm like one of the only people that barks back. Like he talks the same way to everybody, but like it's the same thing that happened to me when I was a child. Like when my mother would fucking say some shit that I didn't agree with or whatever, like there was no like, okay, mom, like it just, I couldn't do it, dude. Like I can't. And of course it got me into more trouble, but like I had to be vocal. Like if I disagree with you or I don't think like what you're saying is correct, or I think that like, I think you're being too hard on me or whatever it is that I'm thinking at the time, I'm going to vocalize it. Like I just don't, I don't have like an ability to just like shut the fuck up. Like I can't do
Garry,
it.
you're a fighter. I was the exact same way when I was a kid. My brother used to always be like, "Yo, shut up." I'm like, "No, I'm not letting mom get away with this." This is like that was my
Exactly.
mentality was like, "You're not gonna say something that's not true. I'm not letting you get away with it." My brother would be like, "Just shut up." Like,
Yeah.
No.
My sister would say the same thing to me. She was always
Yeah, my
very
brother-
passive and just let it go.
you need a mediator. My brother was always a mediator. He was older and like just like cool about shit. He'd be like, "Let it slide. Relax.
Yeah.
Let the emotions cool off. Deal with it later." And I'd be like, "Fuck that."
I feel that,
what
man.
do you guys think of the Adesanya fight?
Yeah.
Surprised
I mean-
and not surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think there were smarter ways for him to do it. You know what's interesting, and you know, I'd love Chris's feedback on this too. Definitely not yours, Frankie, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But
Yes, I do.
no, I'm just kidding. No, but no, you know, so a guy like Adesanya, you know, incredibly calculated, like very sharp striker, and you know, it gets me wondering sometimes, you know, the kind of style that he has, he basically almost, I mean, give him 5 to 10 more seconds in the first round, and he probably would have knocked the guy out, right?
Yep.
And like you see something like that, and then like, you know, there's an opportunity there potentially, right? Like maybe next round you go, okay, let's fucking end this, right? Like I'm gonna pour it on and fucking put this guy away. But like that's never the way that Adesanya works. Like Adesanya is just gonna chip away at you until he finally, you know, puts you out. It's not. He never swarms guys. It's
Right.
just not it's not something that he does.
Well, he's more of a defensive fighter.
And it makes me wonder to myself though, like, hey man, what if he did do that? You know what I mean? Like, what if second round he came out fucking guns a-blazing and just tried to put the guy away? Like, would have it gone differently? Maybe it didn't. You know what I mean? Maybe the guy would have recovered and he would have gassed himself out and it would have went even worse than the result. But it does make me wonder, especially for myself as a fighter, like trying to make that decision when I get into my fights. It's like, man, if I got somebody almost finished, like, do I try to pour it on him the next round, or I just fight the same methodical style that I had been the entire time? I don't know what the right answer is.
I'm sure you would evaluate like how hard the guy hits, or like what type of punches he usually throws at you, like loopies, straight down the pipe, right? I don't know. Like if you have someone that is a hard hitter, I'm sure you don't want to get into like a firefight with him.
Maybe, unless you feel like you got him hurt enough to put him away, is what I'm kind of trying to say.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, most of the time the answer to that question, like you just said, would be yes. But like, what if you fucking almost put the guy out? You know what I mean? Like, do you fucking try to finish the job, or you just keep doing it the way that you've been doing it? You know?
Yeah. Is Chris frozen?
I'm frozen.
His
on
video's
mine.
been frozen for a while, but I've been able to hear his audio the whole time.
Is my voice coming through? Okay, that's
Yeah, your voice
that's
is still
more
coming
important.
Let's get you back here. I'm gonna remove you and you come back in.
All right.
Fucking Chris. Fucking Chris. There he is. Chris, you back?
I'm back, and now my video's
Yeah.
not working.
You got
now.
shit. You got shit internet, bro.
What's going on here?
Dude, how about Michael Chandler?
Wait, hold on. I wanna chime in.
Yeah,
on this
yeah. I was gonna say I really wanted Chris's
Chandler's,
feedback on that last one.
Chris's boy.
Yeah, well, no, so is Dustin, but so that was tough. But let's go back to the Adesanya thing. So Gary's got a great point, because Adesanya, he fought the way he fights. If you guys, I don't know if you guys ever watched their kickboxing match, but it was kind of similar. Adesanya had him hurt several times, and Pujerto, he fights like the Terminator. I call it like Frankenstein. He just comes forward. He just knows he has that ice in his left hand, and he's just waiting to get to the point to get there. He's like, I don't care how much you hurt me, unless you stop me, I'm getting you. And Adesanya didn't go for that. And I think part of it is listen, he's already been knocked out by the guy. He got iced by him 5 years ago, which is not that long ago. I didn't realize it was that close. So I think he was a little cognizant of that. And he goes, listen, I got 5 rounds. This guy's not used to a 5-round MMA fight. I'll get him eventually. And Puera just showed that like he literally is world class. Like he's a
he's got
bad,
cardio, man.
bad dude.
And they
I was really surprised he
they
was able
got
to
into
do it
some
late.
wrestling scrambles. He's good.
He took Adesanya down at one point late in the fight, and I was really impressed. I mean, he's huge, and he's obviously a sick athlete, but his power is stupid.
So I heard Glover Teixeira saying that he compares that guy's power to Chuck Liddell's.
That's crazy, because Chuck was one of the baddest strikers we've ever seen.
Yep.
In a cage.
He's like, hey man, when he hits you, you feel it. You guys like that impression? Hey man, I'm Glover Teixeira. When he hits you, you feel it.
That's awesome.
Spot on.
Solid. Nailed it.
I'm trying to fix my video. It's not working. What's going on?
What's the I saw Derek Lewis in a conference. What's the next fight? Next fight card. Anything interesting? Dude, Anthony Rumble Johnson, Chris.
Oh, dude,
Whoa,
that's
sad, bro.
that ruined my day on Sunday when that happened, man. Shit. That was.
Did you know, Chris, that he had an illness?
He's been sick for a while. He's been sick for like a year. Because I was training with him a lot. We did our strength and conditioning together, with our coach Dr. Corey Peacock, and he loves boxing. So Corey would always match us up because he'd like to talk boxing. So we would just talk boxing while we trained, because we were doing strength conditioning, and like our conditioning, it wasn't conditioning as much as it was just like strength work. But so we had a lot of time to talk and rest. But so I knew him well, and we were training together for a while, and then he got sick and he was gone for like a year, and he lost like so much weight. It was ridiculous. He was like, it was crazy. He was like a little bigger than me the last time I saw him.
Well, because he was
wild.
prior to that, he was huge. Like he was even bigger than he was in the UFC. I think he was pushing 300 pounds, right? He was over 300.
I don't know if he was that big, but for a while he was definitely like, because he was doing like powerlifting shit when he was like retired. But when he started coming back to train with us, he was getting ready to fight. So he was coming down. So that time
so he's probably a little.
He was like 240
when he went to Bellator.
He was like 240.
Like he got chiseled. What do you know what his illness was, Chris?
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so it is out there. Yeah. So it was that.
What'd
but
you say?
Also
What'd you say, Garry?
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Is that like cancer?
Lymphoma
is that like a form of cancer?
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, that's what it was. Maybe I'm incorrectly reporting, but because I remember looking it up. And I think when I was looking up like basically what was going on, it said something about like his immune system. You're like an extremely overactive or underactive immune system, something like that. I don't remember.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, that was a shitty thing to hear about on Sunday, but good dude, man, really good dude. I mean it's just crazy. He lost so much weight. It was weird to see him. Like he was trying to come down, and then like he disappeared for a while, and then he came back, and he was like super thin. But still was in a good mood. He wasn't broken down by it. He was like, I'll be good. I'll be back. Wild.
Did you guys see the Wei Chang one?
No.
I saw highlights.
I reparked my car during that fight.
That chick is so badass.
Yeah, she is.
Who
did she lose to?
Well, she beat Joanna. She lost to Rose Namajunas, very close.
Right.
And then she gave a spinning back fist to Joanna Jędrzejczyk and knocked her out.
Ended her career, right?
Yeah. And now she just beat the living fuck out of Carla Esparza.
Yeah, but that was to be expected. I didn't really. Carla's good, but she I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect her to.
I don't see anyone beating her right now. I just don't.
Well, it's MMA, so anybody can beat anybody. But she's the top of the class.
Like a third Rose fight, maybe. Could be in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
What are you guys doing this fucking weekend?
I'm still covering classes and shit, but I'm gonna leave for Pittsburgh for Thanksgiving.
Oh shit, Thanksgiving. That's right.
That's next week. Come on,
that's
family
next
man.
week.
Frank.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, my house is the host this year, so got some.
What do
shit
you guys have a bunch of people over or what?
I'm just having like my close family.
Are you cooking, Frank?
No, I'm fucking. I ordered
He
that
said
shit.
no. He's like, I'm drinking.
Because I ordered that shit.
I ain't fucking cooking shit. No, my mom's gonna bring the turkey, and we'll probably have like a salad and some fucking mashed potatoes.
Chris, does your family even bother with fucking turkey, or are you guys just like fuck the turkey? We're just gonna
grill. We're just
awesome
gonna do
meat
what
on the
we do
fucking grill
every
instead.
Sunday. And just
No,
fucking
man, it's
rodizio it
too
up.
cold, and it's too cold in New York for that. So we do turkey. We actually do 2 turkey. My brother has 4 sons, and
Damn.
so they eat. So we need to
Yeah.
make double everything every year. Whether we have 8 people in the house, which is literally what my household is, or we have 25, we make the same amount of food because it's gonna go throughout the week. The kids are savages. Any kind of protein that's
Sure.
around is gone in a few days. So we'll be doing double turkeys. I do double stuffed sweet potatoes. I do bacon and gorgonzola, Brussels sprouts, and
Okay.
then after we all meet, after we all eat, all the men go for a walk in the fucking cold, no matter how cold it is, snowing, whatever, and we smoke cigars and we walk off the meal. We
Cool.
go back before it. The women all make dessert, and then we come back, we have dessert and espresso and have a night.
We
I'm
just
sorry.
usually
So
find various places about the house to pass out face down on the carpet.
So the guys go.
I don't know if I'd make it to the walk.
The guys go for a walk, smoking cigars while the females make dessert.
Correct. The men cook the food. Like we make all the
Okay,
food.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll say
So
that.
all the men in my
But
house,
it's
we cook. My brother and
1950s.
I all cook. We cook. We grew up that way. My grandfather from Argentina always cooked. My grandmother from Italy, she cooked normally for everything. But Thanksgiving we always did at my house. So
Well, you can let them cook everything except for the meat. That's fine. They want to cook.
I mean,
some
they make
pasta
some of the
or
sides,
something,
too.
It's fine. That's what I'm saying.
we don't
That's
let
what
my
I'm
mom
saying.
cook. But
That's what I'm saying. You don't let them touch the steak. You know, no, it's
yeah,
unacceptable.
well, I mean that's sacrilege in my house. They don't think. Honey, I salted the meat. What? Throw it away. Just throw it away. We'll start over. I'm going to the butcher. I'm going back to the butcher.
Start over, baby.
Damn it.
That's fine.
Hey man, this here Chris can cook, cause when he cook, you feel it. You guys like that one too?
was that Teixeira again?
Yeah.
That was Glover.
I love that Frankie isn't just
He keeps on interrupting us.
Just Glover to share a fucking
we need
impression.
a segment where Frankie does Glover every show.
Oh, my
Hey
God.
man.
It reminds me
Unbelievable.
of fucking Yuting
Sure.
because Yuting lives in my house. He's one of my main sparring partners, and every morning Yuting is just a different person. Like when I say that, I just mean he impersonates somebody different that we've both met before in the morning, and he doesn't like preface it with like, oh hey, here's my impression of so and so. It's just fucking 8 a.m. I'm like barely awake, and he just starts talking like a different person. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What the
And
fuck?
then he
is
stares at
happening?
you and goes, Gary, who am I?
No, exactly. He doesn't do that at all. So he just says whatever it is that he's going to say in the person's voice, and it just throws me
And then-
off completely.
and
I
then
never
so-
know who he's going to be.
But does he
I don't know
like,
if it's Yuting or a
does he
different
like
person.
stare
or
at you
what.
so you can guess afterwards or no?
No, he just fucking talks. And then I just don't. Sometimes he says phrases that the person would say. Sometimes he just says whatever it is that he would normally say in the person's voice.
Is this something that you look forward to in the morning?
Sometimes yes, sometimes I'm fucking losing my mind. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm just trying to fucking eat breakfast, you think?
That's funny.
Gary throws his throwing knives at the dude.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So listen to this. I have my 20-year high school reunion the same weekend as Thanksgiving next week, so I got to go back.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Oh, that's gonna be
Oh,
fucking
shit.
good though.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
it's gonna be good. Everybody's like,
That's gonna be
everybody I
fucking
tell
good.
that to, they're like, that sucks. They're like, oh, but you've been successful, so that'll be fun. I'm like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
it'll be all right.
It's literally just like you get to fucking. It's like you get to come back a king. It's fucking
Hide your
amazing.
wife, hide your kids, because Chris coming to the reunion.
Coming back. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're pretty generational there. Like my brother had 4 sons. Well, 3 of them went through there, graduated. My mom went there. My brother went there. I went there. I've been a donor for the school since I actually made some money, and
Man,
I coached wrestling there for a couple of years.
You should pay like 2 different strippers to fucking show up to the reunion and say that they're your wives.
Bro, and wear that.
That'll go over well at a Catholic school. That'd be good. The Franciscan brothers would be like, attaboy. Attaboy. I always knew that kid was special.
I'm really into polygamy now. You know, it's my thing.
Guys, Chris just arrived. Unbelievable, man.
Glover's back.
I think the next podcast you just have to be only Glover. Like you can't do anything else, Frankie.
Dude,
you can't
get a bald cap. Get a bald cap. Like grow some kind of facial hair.
We gotta have Vinny the Chin on, and when Vinny the Chin's on, you only speak as Glover, and he just has to figure it out.
Yo, Vinny the Chin has been on my live stream for my other podcast.
You feel it?
Vinny the Chin has put in questions on my live stream from my other podcast. It's hilarious.
Amazing.
People are like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "Oh, he's a Long Island legend." They're like, "Oh, literally, you know him?" Like, no, literally, he's
Everybody
the Long
knows
Island legend.
They're gonna make a statue of Vinny the Chin one day.
They already have one. It's in Long Beach, I think.
Chris, what does that guy fucking do? Like, really, what does he do? Do you know? Or is this like something that Long Islanders can't divulge?
I think he's a locker room gym pharmaceutical rep.
That was the most eloquent way you could say that.
He fucking sells steroids at your Gold's Gym in Long Island.
What do you do, Vin? A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Hey, yo, somebody needs a little something. I show up. What do you need?
Show me your biceps. Oh, you look like you could use my services.
Yeah, you need a little pick me up, bro. You need a little testosterone in your back pocket. My coach on Long Island used to always say that
listeners that
testosterone.
don't know Vinny the Chin, you guys should look up the episodes where Vinny the Chin.
He's been on a couple.
Yeah, he's been on 3 podcasts, and they're probably like the best ones. So.
Yeah,
look it up.
We don't even have to talk. We just let him rock and roll. He's got a whole.
Let him go crazy.
He brings props.
He brings props. He's
like
got guests that don't speak. He's got something.
He's good.
Didn't he have Obama the one time?
Yeah,
I think
Obama was with him. Yep. Good.
I wouldn't think he'd be an Obama supporter. That was a little interesting. He seems more like he'd be a different guy would be in his corner.
He's not an Obama supporter.
That him and
Obama is a Vinny the Chin supporter.
That's
the other way around.
Yeah, Obama sent him to cut out.
Yeah. Well, he was insinuating that him and Obama were looting. So.
I'm pretty sure I saw videos where Vinny the Chin was actually at the January 6th run on the White House. So.
He was storming the castle.
Let's just say at least 50% of the people there had a similar personality. That's for sure.
That is for sure. He's the only one not in jail right now who is there.
Fucking straight goon.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Well,
Long Island's an interesting place.
All right, bitches. Fun talk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is a good one. Thursday
Go
is a good
yourself. I'm 42, Chris. Not 47. Go fuck yourself.
All right.
Wait, what was that, Glover?
Okay for 42.
You feel it.
Move
You feel it.
for no man.